This topic, it's one many are hesitant to even whisper, yet its impact reverberates through relationships, self-perception, and overall quality of life. We're talking about something fundamental to male physiology and psychology, something that, when it falters, creates a ripple effect of uncertainty and distress. The silence surrounding it only amplifies the struggle, creating a vacuum where misinformation and fear thrive. But what if we could break that silence? What if we could pull back the curtain on this deeply personal challenge, not with judgment, but with a rigorous, evidence-based understanding? The truth is, many of the assumptions we hold about this issue are, frankly, incorrect. We're going to dissect the biological underpinnings, the psychological overlays, and perhaps most importantly, the actionable steps, the genuine solutions that can restore not just function, but confidence. If you or someone you care about has ever wrestled with this, if you've ever felt that gnawing frustration or confusion, then you absolutely cannot afford to miss what we're about to unpack. The final insights we'll share are truly transformative, offering a new perspective that can fundamentally alter your approach and your outcome. Stick with us, because understanding this could change everything. Core mechanisms. Let's dive right into the foundational biology, because without a clear grasp of the how, the why often remains a mystery. When we talk about this specific physiological response, we're essentially discussing a complex interplay of vascular, neurological, and hormonal systems. It's not a simple switch, it's an orchestration of various biological players working in harmony. At its most basic, the process involves an increased blood flow into specific tissues, coupled with a mechanism to trap that blood, leading to rigidity. This requires a healthy vascular system, meaning flexible, open arteries and veins that can efficiently transport blood. Think of it like a sophisticated plumbing system where every pipe needs to be in optimal condition to ensure the correct pressure and volume. Any constriction, any plaque buildup, any damage to these vessels, and the entire process can be compromised. This is a critical point that often gets overlooked in the broader discussion. Beyond the plumbing, the nervous system plays an equally vital role. It's the conductor of this physiological orchestra, sending signals from the brain and spinal cord that initiate and sustain the response. These signals trigger the release of specific neurotransmitters, chemical messengers that instruct the smooth muscle cells in the arteries to relax, allowing blood to rush in. Without these precise neural commands, the cascade simply won't begin. This neural pathway can be affected by stress, anxiety, fatigue, and even underlying neurological conditions, creating a significant bottleneck regardless of how healthy the blood vessels might be. It highlights the intricate connection between our mental state and our physical capabilities. It's not merely a physical issue, it's profoundly psychosomatic, with the mind having a direct and powerful influence on the body's ability to respond. Then there are the hormones, the often misunderstood regulators of so many bodily functions. Testosterone, for instance, is frequently cited as the primary player, and while it's undeniably important for libido and overall sexual health, its direct role in the mechanics of erection is more nuanced than many assume. Low testosterone can certainly diminish desire, making it harder to initiate the process, but adequate levels don't automatically guarantee perfect function. Other hormones, like cortisol, the stress hormone, can also interfere, especially when chronically elevated. High cortisol can constrict blood vessels and disrupt the delicate balance of neurotransmitters, effectively putting the brakes on the entire system. Understanding this multi-system involvement is crucial because it means that a multifaceted problem often requires a multifaceted solution, addressing each contributing factor rather than fixating on a single cause. It's rarely just one thing going wrong. Vascular health. Let's focus intently on vascular health, because this is perhaps the most common and often overlooked root cause of many of these challenges. Your arteries and veins are not just passive conduits, they are dynamic, living structures that require constant maintenance. Think of them as the highways of your body, delivering oxygen and nutrients to every cell. When these highways become congested, narrowed, or stiff, traffic flow slows to a crawl, and in the case of this specific physiological response, that means insufficient blood supply. The inner lining of your blood vessels, known as the endothelium, is incredibly important. It produces nitric oxide, a crucial molecule that tells the smooth muscles in your arteries to relax and widen, allowing blood to flow freely. Damage to the endothelium, often caused by inflammation, high blood pressure, high cholesterol, or smoking, directly impairs nitric oxide production. This endothelial dysfunction is a silent precursor to many cardiovascular diseases, and it often manifests in the male reproductive system first. The arteries supplying that region are relatively small, making them highly sensitive to even minor blockages or stiffness. It's often said that this issue can be an early warning sign for impending heart disease, a canary in the coal mine, if you will. Ignoring this warning isn't just about a specific function. It's about overlooking a fundamental problem with your entire cardiovascular system. Addressing this isn't just about improving one aspect of your life. It's about safeguarding your long-term health and vitality. It's about optimizing the very infrastructure that keeps you alive and thriving. So, when we talk about solutions, improving vascular health sits right at the top of the list, a non-negotiable step. The good news is that vascular health is highly modifiable through lifestyle interventions. Regular physical activity, particularly aerobic exercise, is a powerful stimulant for endothelial function and nitric oxide production. It's not just about burning calories, it's about keeping your vascular system pliable and responsive. Nutritional choices also play a monumental role. A diet rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and healthy fats, essentially an anti-inflammatory diet, provides the building blocks for healthy vessels and helps to reduce the oxidative stress that can damage them. Conversely, diets high in processed foods, sugar, and unhealthy fats contribute to inflammation and plaque buildup. It's a clear equation. What you put into your body directly impacts the health of your internal plumbing. So, before considering any other intervention, rigorously examining and optimizing your diet and exercise regimen is absolutely paramount. It's the lowest hanging fruit with the biggest potential impact. Neurological signals. Moving beyond the plumbing, let's explore the intricate role of neurological signals, the invisible orchestrators that initiate and sustain this critical physiological process. Imagine your nervous system as a vast, complex electrical grid, and every command, every sensation, every thought is an electrical impulse traveling along it. The process we're discussing begins with signals from your brain, either conscious or subconscious, that travel down the spinal cord to the relevant nerves. These nerves then release specific neurotransmitters, chemical messengers, which instruct the blood vessels to dilate and allow blood flow. If these signals are interrupted, dampened, or simply not generated effectively, the entire cascade falls apart, regardless of how healthy your blood vessels might be. It's a classic example of hardware being perfectly fine, but the software failing to send the correct commands. Stress, anxiety, and even fear can profoundly disrupt these delicate neurological pathways. When you're under stress, your body activates the fight or flight response, releasing adrenaline and other hormones that constrict blood vessels and divert resources away from non-essential functions, including the one we're discussing. This is an evolutionary survival mechanism, but in our modern, chronically stressed lives, it can become a persistent barrier. Performance anxiety, for example, creates a feedback loop where the worry about inability itself becomes a powerful inhibitor. The brain, perceiving a threat, even if it's just a perceived threat to self-esteem, actively prevents the necessary physiological response from occurring. This is why addressing mental health and stress management is not just a peripheral concern, it's a central pillar of resolving these issues. Furthermore, certain neurological conditions or injuries can directly impair these nerve signals. Diabetes, for instance, can lead to nerve damage over time, a condition known as neuropathy, which can interfere with the transmission of these crucial impulses. Spinal cord injuries, pelvic surgeries, or even certain medications can also disrupt the neural pathways. It's important to understand that while a healthy mind is crucial, there can be genuine physical damage to the nervous system that needs to be identified and potentially treated. This underscores the importance of a thorough medical evaluation when facing these challenges, to differentiate between psychogenic causes and those with a clear physical neurological basis. Recognizing the role of your nervous system means understanding the profound connection between your mental state, your lifestyle, and your body's ability to perform. Hormonal balance. Let's turn our attention to hormonal balance, another critical yet often oversimplified component of this physiological equation. Hormones are chemical messengers that regulate virtually every function in your body, from metabolism to mood and, yes, to sexual function. Testosterone, in particular, often dominates the conversation. While low testosterone, clinically known as hypogonadism, can certainly contribute to reduced libido, fatigue, and muscle loss, its direct role in the mechanics of achieving rigidity is more supportive than causative. Think of testosterone as the fuel for desire and overall vitality. Without enough fuel, the engine might not want to start, but even with a full tank, other components still need to function correctly for the vehicle to move. So, while addressing low T is important for overall well-being, it's rarely the sole answer to issues of function. Beyond testosterone, other hormones play significant, though often less discussed, roles. Estrogen, present in men at lower levels, needs to be in a healthy balance. Excess estrogen can sometimes interfere with testosterone's effectiveness. Thyroid hormones are also crucial. Both hypothyroidism and hyperthyroidism can impact sexual function, often through their effects on metabolism, energy levels, and mood. And then there's prolactin, a hormone often associated with lactation, but in men, elevated levels can suppress testosterone and interfere with the body's ability to respond. It's a complex symphony of endocrine glands all working together, and if one instrument is out of tune, the whole performance can suffer. This highlights the importance of a comprehensive hormonal panel, not just a single testosterone test, when investigating the underlying causes. Perhaps one of the most insidious hormonal disruptors is chronic stress, leading to persistently elevated cortisol levels. Cortisol, the body's primary stress hormone, is designed for acute responses, helping you react to immediate threats. However, when stress becomes chronic, cortisol remains elevated, leading to a cascade of negative effects. It can suppress testosterone production, alter neurotransmitter activity, and even contribute to vascular constriction, effectively putting the brakes on the entire system. This creates a vicious cycle. Stress impacts function, which then creates more stress, further exacerbating the problem. Managing stress through practices like meditation, mindfulness, adequate sleep, and regular physical activity isn't just about feeling better. It's about recalibrating your entire endocrine system, allowing your hormones to find their optimal balance and support all bodily functions, including this vital one, lifestyle solutions. Now, let's transition to what you can actually do, the actionable steps, the lifestyle solutions that empower you to take control. This isn't about quick fixes or magic pills. It's about fundamentally optimizing your physiology through consistent, evidence-based practices. At the very top of this list is physical activity. Regular exercise, particularly a combination of aerobic activity and strength training, is incredibly potent. Aerobic exercise like brisk walking, jogging, or cycling directly improves endothelial function, increases nitric oxide production, and enhances cardiovascular health, which, as we discussed, is foundational. Strength training, on the other hand, can help to optimize hormone levels, including testosterone, and improve overall body composition, which also has downstream benefits for metabolic health. It's not about becoming an elite athlete. It's about making movement a non-negotiable part of your daily routine. Next, nutrition is paramount. Your diet is not just about fuel, it's about information for your genes, building blocks for your tissues, and regulators of inflammation. A whole foods-based diet, rich in fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats from sources like olive oil and avocados, and complex carbohydrates, is going to be your best ally. This kind of diet supports healthy blood vessels, reduces systemic inflammation, and provides the necessary micronutrients for optimal hormone production and neurological function. Conversely, processed foods, excessive sugar, and unhealthy trans fats actively contribute to endothelial damage, insulin resistance, and inflammation, all of which are detrimental to the function we're discussing. Think of your body as a high-performance machine. You wouldn't put low-grade fuel into it and expect peak performance. Prioritize nutrient density in every meal. Sleep, often dismissed as mere rest, is a powerhouse for physiological repair and hormonal regulation. During deep sleep, your body undergoes critical recovery processes, including the production of testosterone and other vital hormones. Chronic sleep deprivation, even just a few hours lost per night, can significantly disrupt these hormonal cycles, elevate cortisol, and impair cognitive function, all of which have direct negative impacts on your ability to respond. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality, uninterrupted sleep per night. This might mean optimizing your sleep environment, establishing a consistent sleep schedule, and avoiding screens before bed. Finally, stress management is non-negotiable. Techniques like meditation, deep breathing exercises, spending time in nature, or engaging in hobbies you enjoy can all help to lower cortisol, calm the nervous system, and restore a state of physiological balance. These lifestyle pillars are not just recommendations, they are fundamental levers you can pull to dramatically improve your situation. Medical interventions. While lifestyle interventions are the foundational pillars, it's also important to acknowledge that sometimes medical interventions are necessary and highly effective. This isn't about bypassing the lifestyle changes, but rather supplementing them when the underlying issues are more severe or resistant to initial efforts. The first step, always, is a comprehensive evaluation by a qualified healthcare professional. This will involve detailed blood work to assess hormone levels, not just total testosterone, but free testosterone, estradiol, prolactin, and thyroid hormones. It will also include a thorough cardiovascular assessment, checking blood pressure, cholesterol, and potentially more advanced markers of vascular health. Understanding the specific underlying cause is absolutely crucial before any treatment plan can be effectively formulated. Without proper diagnosis, you're just guessing. Pharmacological solutions are often the first line of medical treatment. PDE5 inhibitors, such as sildenafil, Viagra, tadalafil, Cialis, and vardenafil, Levitra, are widely prescribed and generally very effective for many men. These medications work by increasing the effects of nitric oxide, allowing the smooth muscles in the arteries to relax more effectively and increase blood flow to the relevant tissues. They don't cause an erection automatically. They simply enhance the body's natural response when stimulated. It's important to understand their mechanism, potential side effects, and contraindications, especially with certain heart medications. These are not cures, but they can be powerful tools to restore function and confidence while underlying lifestyle issues are being addressed. Beyond oral medications, other options exist for those who don't respond or have contraindications. Injections directly into the penis, known as intracavernosal injections, can induce an erection by relaxing smooth muscle and increasing blood flow. While initially daunting, many men find them highly effective. Vacuum constriction devices, VCDs, are another non-pharmacological option, using a cylinder and pump to draw blood into the penis, followed by a constriction ring to maintain the erection. For more severe cases or when other treatments have failed, surgical options like penile implants can be considered. These are permanent solutions that provide a high degree of satisfaction for many men. The key message here is that there are numerous effective medical avenues available, and working closely with your doctor will allow you to explore the best path for your individual situation, ensuring both safety and efficacy. Addressing psychology. Finally, let's squarely address the elephant in the room, the profound psychological component. It is simply impossible to discuss this issue comprehensively without diving deep into the mind-body connection. The brain, after all, is the ultimate sex organ, orchestrating desire, arousal, and the physiological cascade that follows. Performance anxiety, stress, fear of failure, relationship issues, and even depression can profoundly interfere with the neurological signals and hormonal balance required for optimal function. It's a vicious cycle. Anxiety about not performing can lead to actual inability, which then fuels more anxiety, creating a self-perpetuating problem. This isn't just all in your head. It's a real physiological response to psychological distress. Your mental state is not just a factor, it's often a primary driver. The burden of expectation, both internal and external, can be immense. Society often places a heavy emphasis on male virility and performance, creating an unspoken pressure that can be paralyzing. When something goes awry, feelings of shame, inadequacy, and embarrassment can quickly set in, leading men to withdraw, avoid intimacy, and suffer in silence. This emotional toll can strain relationships, diminish self-esteem, and even contribute to broader mental health challenges. It's critical to understand that these feelings are entirely normal responses to a challenging situation, but allowing them to fester without addressing them can exacerbate the problem. Breaking the silence, speaking openly with a partner, and seeking professional help are courageous and vital steps. Psychological interventions, therefore, are not an add-on. They are often central to recovery. Therapy, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, or sex therapy, can provide tools and strategies to manage anxiety, reframe negative thought patterns, and improve communication within relationships. Learning mindfulness techniques can help bring you into the present moment, reducing the intrusive thoughts that can hijack the process. Couples counseling can address underlying relationship dynamics that might be contributing to the stress or anxiety. Remember, the goal isn't just physical function, it's about reclaiming intimacy, connection, and confidence. Addressing the psychological landscape isn't a sign of weakness, it's a sign of profound strength and a commitment to holistic well-being. It's about healing not just a body, but a mind and a spirit. So, as we bring this discussion to a close, remember this. The challenges we've explored today, while deeply personal and often silently born, are fundamentally understandable and, most importantly, addressable. This is not a life sentence. It's an intricate puzzle with many pieces: vascular, neurological, hormonal, and profoundly psychological. But every single one of those pieces can be identified, understood, and influenced. You have more agency than you might realize. The knowledge we've shared isn't just information, it's a roadmap to reclaiming a vital aspect of your health, your confidence, and your connection with others. Don't let silence or past frustrations define your future. Embrace the science, Implement the strategies and reach out for the support that will empower you to move forward. The capacity for profound, positive change is within you, always.